how many of you speak light language? Only one? Two? I was just telling Jackie before we got started here that light language is something that I think people are really starting to feel. Like I said, I'm a feeler rather than a thinker. And I remember years ago, we've been on the air since 2012. And whenever we had a light language person on, our audience would be like, what is that? And they didn't really get it. But what I'm noticing now is people are really starting to feel that there's something to it and getting curious. How many of you in here are curious about light language? Clapping? Yeah. Do any of you own or have you read any of Jackie's books? Yay! Another clapping. Okay, well, I won't take up any more of your time. I just wanted to say I would like you to give Jackie a warm round of applause, welcome her in, and get ready for a miraculous workshop. Thank you.
For that beautiful introduction. Oh, welcome everybody to Light Language for the Future Self. Are we move a little closer? How's that sounding? Okay? So, because we have so many people here who are in the curiosity stage of light language, we're just going to go over a little foundation. So I am Jacki Laara, the Tigress of the Light. I have been channeling, speaking, writing, signing light language and light codes since about 2016. And how they came into my world was quite miraculous, actually. I was woken by spirit at about 4 o'clock in the morning, my body buzzing intensely, and in the darkness of the room, I saw 5 symbols in this brilliant silver floating around my room. And as you can imagine, this was quite something to see. So I grabbed my journal and I drew these codes, and I didn't know what they were. They were just these symbols. And I was introduced to my head guide at the time, and I started writing, transcribing what he was explaining to me, which had nothing to do with the symbols that I was seeing, but just an introduction to him and some of the work that maybe we were going to be doing together. It took me 3 years to discover that they were light codes and to finally realize that I could ask Spirit what they were all about. And since that time, I've been on a very deep journey with light codes and light language. They have been quite transformational for me. They are helping me to understand the depths of the universe and therefore the depths of my soul. And they are healing in the just normal human ways, like I can use them in daily life activities, but I can also use them for extraordinary spiritual experiences. So they cover everything. And the reason for that is because light language and light codes are literally the foundation for all that is. The energy of all that is structured through light language and light codes. Light language is the long, drawn-out expression of energy. Light codes are the compacted zip file version. They're the same thing, but one is a bite-sized packet and the other one is a long expression. So they both have their place, they're both equally valuable. They're just perhaps some different uses and means for us in our evolutionary process. So the universe has all of these amazing different frequencies. Our sun has its own frequency. Our earth has its own frequency. You each have your own frequency. The collective plant kingdom has its own frequency. Each of these frequencies has its own light language expression, and that's where we get into dialects. So you might hear people say, oh, I speak Pleiadian. That's because they're tuning into the frequency patterns of the Pleiades or a specific individual from the Pleiadians. You can certainly channel an individual Pleiadian, you could channel the collective Pleiadian, you could channel the collective high priestess of the Pleiades, you could channel ascended masters, the collectively or individually, all in light language. Because all you're doing is connecting to the energetic signature of that being or collective of energies and bringing that through as its energy in sound or movement, or the compacted version of the codes like you'll see in my books. Codes can also come through as, I've seen it really neat, like actually last night in the panel, there were these codes all floating around on top of everyone's heads, and they were waiting to come down and be anchored. So in that case, the codes are packets of massive amounts of information that are waiting to come into the body to activate and tweak and align our being so that we are clearing the energies that are not serving us in that moment and further aligning to ultimately the love that we are. A little bit about the structure of the universe that I've come to know, and I also want to say that we are all on this beautiful collective journey together. And although I'm sitting up here on stage sharing this information with you, you are each the masters of your own existence. So a message that's coming through just over and over and over again for myself and to share with individuals is the importance of reclaiming our power, our authority, the love that we are. This is the time that we're in, this stepping into the golden age, that photon belt that's emitted by the great central sun of the Milky Way galaxy. We are moving into this heightened levels of awareness and acceptance, and in order to do that, we have to truly come back to ourselves. So I really invite you to listen to all the people you're going to listen to, whether it's me, whether it's someone else, but understand that we are all guides on your journey, and you are the master. You are the one in charge of your energy. You are in charge of your heart. You are your heart. And it's just an honor and blessing to be a part of your evolutionary process and the co-creation that we get to participate with together. So I got shown a structure of the omniverse, which I think might be very helpful for this light language for the future self, because as we go through our talk today, we're going to be channeling light language, and it's going to be helping us to connect with that future self and bridging the gap between now time and that future time. But I'd like to share with you something that I was shown that might help you to put some things into perspective. So I was shown the omniverse, and this is the space where there's all of the universes ever in existence. There's more being born all the time. I don't even know how many. There's a lot. There's a lot. And in this space of the omniverse is the great consciousness. Okay, that's what I call it. I don't call it God, I call it the great consciousness. And this great consciousness is the collective heart energy of all of us. Every being ever in existence, with no beginning and no end, to infinity. Now I got shown our universe, and our universe is coated in this beautiful yellow light. The universes look like marbles to me in this space, and you go into the universe, and then there's all these different levels and layers, but it's actually all fractaled. What makes the human so special is we are this being, this human, this light being, human, homo luminous. We are the entire universe. Our body is the entire universe. Remember, as above, so below? So everything that is outside of you is within. everything. The stars, the planets, the galaxies are all within your entire body because you are a co-creator of this universe. You're not only a co-creator of this universe, but you're a co-creator of all the universes, of the omniverse. And in that level, this is how we are all one. But here we are, having an individual experience, and we're getting to learn and discover and grow because consciousness, this collective, wants to know what it's like to be you, what it's like to be you, what it's like to perceive from your angle, because it's all magical, it's all valuable. So I got shown the collective soul. And it was kind of neat because just picture this. Picture a disco ball, okay? Shiny, right? You have all these mirrors that are at different angles, right? Now each one of us has an individual soul, part of the collective disco ball, okay? But that our individual soul is like one of those mirrors. And each one of those mirrors is having a different angle, a different perspective, a different reality, a different truth. But it's all the same truth, right? So now when you go into your little mirror, your soul, you get another disco ball that's full of all those different mirrors and different angles and different perspectives. And now here you are as an incarnated human being, Homo luminous. Your soul took one of those little mirrors, hyper-focused its energy into what you are manifested as right now. And then you go within and you find that every cell, molecule, and electron of your being is a reflection of that disco ball. Because you have your molecules are the galaxies, the atoms are your solar systems. What's really amazing is now this is all directed and controlled by your love. Our eternal heart essence is the part of us that is connecting all of this together. It extends from this heart space, not the chakra. I'll get into chakras in a minute. From this heart space that's centered here and expands out through your nervous system. Your whole nervous system is your eternal heart essence. Comes in deep into your being. This is important. It's an implosion. It's not an explosion, it's an implosion for the internal heart essence. And when we go into the body, when we go into the eternal heart essence, this is where it gets really cool, because this is where we get into the true connection to all that is. This is how we get to be in and with the universe, with the omniverse, is to go in to the eternal heart essence. You go into the fractal and then you go out into all that is. So we don't want to go out this way. We want to come in this way, and through going in, you expand. Magic. Truly magic. So, light language. What we want to do today is, with all this information, I know it's a lot of information, but it's a little bit of the structure, because it helps us to get perspective of our life here and what we're here to perhaps do and be and experience, and where we're going with this Homo luminous idea. Light language can help us to integrate all that we're talking about. We're going to be doing that. Okay? So, the future self, as I've been shown, is Homo luminous actually actualized. Now, what does that mean? Well, Homo luminous is what I've been describing, where we are the entire universe, but we know that we are the entire universe, and we are standing in our love, and we are standing in our sovereignty, like actually. actually, and we're not giving our power away to false idols. We're not seeking approval or assistance because we know we are it. We can help and share with one another because that's what, consciousness is here to do. But we're doing that now from a place of, I've got this. There's a big difference. There's a big difference between, oh God, please help me, and hey, let's explore that idea. What can you share with me? Big difference. One is begging and pleading and weak, and you've thrown your power away. And the other is, no, I'm standing firm in my power, knowing that I am okay no matter what happens, because I am an eternal being of the light. And nothing can take that from me. Nothing. Nothing. Because it's going to continue on for all of eternity. We are here having a magical, wonderful experience in Homo Luminous expression for a period of time, and then we're going to get to move on and do something else. Maybe we're going to come back and do it again. But that heart essence never changes. That heart essence is solid. It can never be destroyed. It can never be hurt. It can never be altered or messed up or damaged or anything. It is perfect at all times, forever. Forever. Because it's love. Because it's your beauty. Because you are everything. Everything. Do you feel that? Can you feel that? Okay. We're going to work on that. We're going to work on that. So the future self is that. The future self is knowing without a shadow of a doubt how incredibly powerful you are. Incredibly powerful you are. So, there's a little gap between now and that, right? A little gap. But the good news is that all the things that are in the way between where we are now and that idea, that concept. You know that concept, you know time doesn't exist, right? So that concept already exists and has happened already, because everything has already happened, right? So this part of you, because there's no time, this part of you does exist, and you can connect to it, and you can call it in, and that's what we're building to, okay? This is what we're doing today, is we're going to be calling that in. All that's standing between you right now and that ideology is the false beliefs, the limited ideas and conceptions, the traumas, whatever ancestral energies going to be flooding, you know, it's all this muddled entanglement, blah, 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 that actually isn't you. What's its purpose? For you to learn. That's all. It's like, what would it be like to move through that energy? What would it be like to shift that? What would it be like to change that perspective? To change the spin on that? That's all it is. To change the spin, to do a little tweak, to let that go. Wish I had a pen. I show people. Do you know how to let go? You hold a pen and you let it go. It is not more complicated than that. The trouble is that often we don't even realize what the pen is that we have to let go of. There's a lot of that. As soon as we make contact with the pen, we go, oh, that thing, yeah, I don't want that. Let's let that go. You know, that belief or that event that you know hurt our heart, or you know the lower heart, the heart that's part of the ego, because the eternal heart doesn't get hurt. The eternal heart knows. The eternal heart is the one that processes everything because it can expand to all of infinity, has room for it all, and has an understanding of it all. So if you're ever feeling overwhelmed with the energies that are happening in the world today, Go into your true heart. Go into your heart, because the heart processes. It already knows what's happened. It already knows where everything's going. It's got you covered. There's no problem with the heart. The lower heart, that's something else. You know, the ego kind of has opinions. But that's why we do all the inner work, where we ask the ego to bow to the heart. That's stuff that you'll find in the books. So I would love to invite you to do a very short meditation with me to get into the heart space. You can have your feet flat on the floor if you wish. You can place your hands over your heart space if you wish, and you can close your eyes if you wish. Nothing is mandatory. We're just going to breathe with the heart and feel into the feet for a few moments. I'll count you through the breath. So on the inhale, we're going to inhale for 5. Imagine breathing the energy through the heart space. And on the exhale for 5, we're going to imagine breathing it out. This is a heart math technique. So on your inhale, for the count of 5. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Continue breathing this nice slow rate. Breathing in through your heart and exhaling out through your heart. And as you continue to breathe like this, I'd like to invite you to also bring your attention to your feet. So breathing with the heart, but now tuning into the feet. And what this is doing is helping to further ground you in your heart-centered space, but also in your body. We are physical beings on this earth plane, and we need to be here in our body to integrate all these beautiful energies, to transmute and to release all that no longer serves us, to keep things moving and flowing in the best possible ways. Presence is key, and presence in the heart space is even more key. Okay, and when you're ready, you can come on back and open your eyes. Feeling that nice, coherent, soft energy, creating like a dome in this space. Now I'm going to do a little activation. Just to further set the energy before we dive into our light language and answering questions. Yin, yang. Pillars to the north, pillars to the south, pillars to the east, pillars to the west. Me is the light in the middle, plasm, dome activated. I feel like this might be a good time to check in with you and see if you have any questions before I dive into this light language. Is anybody feeling like they want clarity on anything? Feeling good? Making sense? Oh, okay. So the question was about the chakras. So the chakras, everything that I tell you is neither true nor untrue. It is a truth. Okay? It is a perspective. So it's very important that you take what resonates and work with what resonates, and just disregard what doesn't fit for you right now. And that might change. Everything's subject to change, right? So I got shown something very interesting, and that is that the chakra system is a system that both helps us and limits us. It is not a part of Homo luminous in its fully actualized form. The chakras, like everything in this plane, are part of the duality concept, light and dark, right? The thing is that we give meaning to everything. We give meaning to this microphone, we give meaning to this chair, we give meaning to this jacket, we give meaning to the door, we give meaning to my hand, we give meaning to every thing we come into contact with, every experience we have, we give meaning to it. So the chakras are energy centers that were designed to help us move energy, but to move energy in a very specific way, so therefore it's limiting. Because we are eternal beings, fully capable, we're freaking universes all like in a meat suit. We are a universe all unto ourselves. So we don't need to be anything but energy. Actual just energy. So in order to move into this, from what I've been shown, Homo luminous actualized form, where we are truly the light being, we don't need the chakras. We need the heart. But it's the nervous system that is really what's working. It's the meridians, right? The meridians. That's our true energy center for this vessel. It's okay to work with the chakras. They're good. They're useful, right? But at some point, if you want to continue walking this path, you might discover that they aren't as necessary as we once thought. Yeah. Okay, so light language. So we're going to channel some universal light language for you. This is going to be connecting to your eternal heart center of your future self and your now self. And we're going to clear what we can, what's appropriate to be cleared right now that's between those two things, and we're going to close that gap. Okay? So there's going to be parts of your future self that will make it here in now time, and there's parts that, are going to be coming along, right? Not everything can happen instantaneously, but some will. Some of it will. So be open to whatever that is for you. This channeling, it's actually not even a channeling, because I'm not bringing something else into me. What we're doing is we're merging our heart centers, and then I'm speaking that energy. And I'm speaking every single one of you. Okay? And there's might be things that you hear and maybe things you don't hear. And trust that. Because if there's things you don't hear, wasn't for you. You didn't need it. But if you're hearing it and it's resonating, keep breathing, keep working with it. It's all good. You're in charge. It's your heart that's in charge of this. Your beingness of all of eternity that's in charge of this, not me. Okay? I'm just bringing some sounds through to help facilitate the process. Okay? All right. So, nice deep breath for me. Again, feeling into the heart space. We definitely want to be connected to the heart space right now. Feet help us keep grounded. We're going to be anchoring these energies in. So we're going to start with an opening and invitation for all of the heart centers. So ki ta kakatati tukamatakutanasi, tikiti akutakamatkumani, hapate say takataki pashigata utikati, sukitakataya takatikumanadano, dano, Yan ein zo nan ein zo Ane san ane ahon. Ea, ea. Panisi otakede. Yan nebashiato kiata naikia saikiata dadagobana jantanai apanao apanea hati ashikibutanasia yokata dadayukutanatea Poshigata kanadi shigata desi apotagi bada dioshigana de apajana de hane si tagamantana yitagamante. Your future self's coming closer now. Peshiatgamanda de tagamata is connected through your eternal heart center. Pradamate shina kapotana teatayatagabanshana. Be open to witness your eternal heart center, your future self coming closer to you. Poti Bashira Tugumaniti Tukabodashiata Nakida Tukuranadi Bana Tukibashiano Sante Patanadea Patadea 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 Honapedea Honadea 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 Hanna Pashigarade, see at the Kane, Dani, Shigona, de, Sigade, O, Tikide, de, O, de, O, de, O, Hamadide, hey, at the go, see at the gate that you should got a nice Yanakide, Hortikide, see, she, daddy, so dana, hey, oh. Deep breath, big inhale. Big exhale. So the future self is close enough, holding this space. Now we're going to go and we're going to do some clearing. So just internally or externally you may declare that I'm ready, willing, and able to release all that no longer serves me in accordance with my love. And if you feel called to speak anything out loud, to make sounds, to speak light language, you are welcome to. Please do not hold back. This is your space. Si achiana tagete, si takabakamota de she get it yes, about the carbon yetaba. What it is, got Giana get it, get a goose, get a hush, brand yes, he had to get a grow. Had the days get be, she got a year's grana de Bashianota. Shh, pass yet. So clearing the ancestral lines. Honoring the ancestors, inviting the ancestrals to come close, to release all that no longer serves, all in accordance with their love, in accordance with the eternal heart center and the light of love. Takaratia Sakapata, Chikapa, sending light and love to the ancestor and gratitude and love. Now bringing forward your past lives and future lives, ready to release all that no longer serves from the past lives or the future lives. And in now time. Sending coherent energy down your entire lifetimes. Deep breath, let all that go. Letting that energy settle. Calling forward the mental plane, releasing all the mental distortions, the false beliefs, choosing to see clearly with no confusion. Pakika tisa, pakita kisa, pakikat ko pakatatea, papakatea, pakatatea, pakatatea, pakatabishi, hatadades and mati, amanalay, amananay, amananaya, happini, atazi, amate, apane, atasi, kotakade, kotakate, 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 Kratakete, bringing peace to the mental plane. Hamaneo, choosing to see clearly. Hanosia, from your unique, beautiful perspective. Antikyeso, honoring your unique perspective. Pakateteo, Hano, Hano, bringing your love into the mental plane. Hayo, so naeo. Hey, nice deep breath. Letting all that go. One more breath for me. Settling in the energy. We're going to hold this space for just a moment. Breathe here with your heart. Letting the energy settle before we continue. We're going to start calling forward the eternal heart essence even more. The eternal heart essence is what calls forward that future self, that fully actualized Homo Luminous, the true light being in this 3D plane, a physical representation of a light being the ethers manifested in physical. You are part of this evolution. Those who showed up today, you are part of this evolution. Your heart is ready. Your being is ready. Okay, time to build the bridge. Again, no holding back. If you need to speak, make sounds, move, it's all okay. Hatte sekarante badanale shikapataki sekarante sko hatta de shi dai sekati the kapote de badaloti bade shi de ge sekati to commandant bade hotte yes gade sekapatati badano shikapana hey at grande sekapataki sekapati the lale skemani the dale sekapati he to kapatati sekapati at kumatakia hammane at yes gade sekamana na 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 Hajiano kia hosi tegi tegi beti ki rote ke beti etuk pat no ko pasaya ta kia hapeshiga to ko beti isa ko taki isa ko kadegi isa ko bata hote yet gradena isi tegi tegi beti you kutatai hade isa dana ade isa dana hade isa dana hasay the godai kita ko bata honna ye honna ye Hannaye, Hannaye, Ashia tokopataya, Hoki takate, Sekapataka, Irkotatia, light to go jana, Hapea sayet kibishi at the gates of Tokota, Hotakota, 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 Hotakota. Got to get tika, got to get tika, got to get tika, got to get tika, got to get tika. Hold together, coming in through your light channel now, through your whole body. Integrating the parts of the future self that are ready, willing, and able, in accordance with the love that you are. Lighting up the light channels, lighting up all the meridians, retuning the nervous system, hyo danade, hyo dadade, hyo dadade, hyo dadade, hyo dadade. Hyo today, he got a good run. He has a gabade to go to get here. He has a gabade, anchoring all this energy down into the feet. Connecting to our eternal Earth Mother, the Gaia of this beautiful being that's supporting our evolutionary process. Inviting a sacred relationship with her, a mutually beneficial exchange. Beautiful love shared. She helps our evolution and we help hers. Beautiful symbiotic relationship. Eternal hearts connect. And anchoring in the truth of your beautiful sacred relationship with this planet. Yao. Kiao. Tayo. Yeshidat kibade sokata yaso. Hota sa. Hara hara hara. Hara 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 sa sa sa. Nice deep breath for me. Let it all go. One more time. I'd like to invite all of you to chant an Om for me. We'll do it all together, bringing in the resonance that's being amplified. Nothing is new. Everything you feel is already you. You're just more aware. So we're going to chant an Om together to help anchor this truth, all these truths, all these beautiful resonances, all the beautiful energies of your entire being, anchoring it into the body and connecting further with the earth. Okay, ready? Big inhale and Om. Let's do that again. And one more time. Big inhale. Okay, now just breathe. Feel your heart. Feel your heart expanding through your entire body. If you need to move around a little bit, please do. Let the energy flow. Do a little wiggle, stand up, do some twists. Straighten your legs out. Circle your ankles, your wrists. Just move. Keep breathing nice and deeply. How's everybody feeling? Good? That's good. That's good. So I'll just recap what that was. My eternal heart center connected with your eternal heart center. And then we worked to release all that was ready, willing, and able to be released on various levels, ancestral, mental. We did actually emotional and physical as well. Did it all, did all the different levels, timelines, lifetimes. Okay. And then we built a bridge to the future self, that fully actualized Homo luminous, that physical, human, light being that's balanced, that's at peace, that's truly living from the eternal heart center, the heart that is connected to all that is right up into the omniverse. Not just the omniverse, but all that is in the omniverse. because you are an expression of everything. Everything. And here we are, just living our lives, going to the grocery store, you know. And we're navigating this very complex, beautiful world, but it's highly complex because we have a dualistic reality. And we have our perceptions and our notions about what all that is. But remember, you give meaning to everything. In your world, in your presence and existence, you give meaning to everything. So even when you watch the news, even when you watch a baseball game, even when you know, whatever it is you're observing and listening to and participating with, you give meaning for yourself to what all that is. So we can take it hard and we can make a bunch of stuff up about it, or we can just observe. We can be that sacred observer, the universe that you are as the sacred observer of what's unfolding around you. And you want to know a secret? You want to know how to make the biggest impact and change on this world? You be the sacred observer and you hold the neutral energy. You hold it from your eternal heart essence, the part of you that expands to the omniverse and knows and participates and is with everything and is at peace with everything, because you've got to love it all. You've got to love it all. It's from love that we make the most profound shifts. It's not going to be from another state. It has to be from love. It has to be from softness. Don't mistake love for weakness. Love is the most powerful force. But it isn't fear and anger. It's knowing who you are. It's knowing the truth, that there's so much more than what's going on and playing out around us and within us. Right? As above, so below. Make peace. Make peace with it all. And be the walking light codes that you are. Did you know that you're walking light codes? Did you know that you are literally walking light codes? Because light codes are everything. Light codes are the foundation of everything. Light, it's light, and then coded with information. Well, that's kind of what we are, right? We're walking bits of information. So you are like trillions of light codes all like in a suit. Kind of cool, hey? So if you want to speak light language, if you want to make these symbols, you just have to remember who you are. You just have to remember who you are, no big deal. It's like shedding the stuff that doesn't belong and then coming back to the heart and going, oh yes, I am an eternal being of light and I am everything. And so if I want to tap into that frequency over there, I just do it. I just do it. Let's do an experiment. Who likes the planet Venus? Venus. Who likes the planet Venus? It's bright, it's in the sky, right? We can see it. Right? It's a nice energy, right? Okay. So Venus has her own energy signature. We can speak the light language of the energy of Venus. Okay? So let's try this together. Okay? Now, what I want you to know is you do not have to sound like me. How your vessel expresses light language is going to be unique to you. So all you have to do is understand that, so we get the mind to settle down. It has to be something and do something and whatever. No. Mind, it's okay. Ego, it's okay. You can sit this one out. This is the heart. Heart. Connecting with the heart of Venus. So if you can imagine, picture Venus in your mind. She's beautiful. What a beautiful planet. You feel that beauty? Yeah, do you feel that in your heart? Do you feel her beauty? Now, if you were going to put a sound to that beauty, what might that sound be? Yeah. So, yeah. Nice. That sounds like Venus to me. That sounds like Venus to me. Okay, now let's take it a little step further. Let's try to do 2 syllables. Feel her. Yay, so. Just start with a sound. Honey. Yay. Sayo. Haleya. Yitaka. Pashira. If it feels good, keep going. Keep feeling into your heart. Keep imagining and feeling Venus, feeling her heart. Pakitiya utai. Pishita. And the beautiful thing right now, keep going, keep going. The beautiful thing right now is you're not actually channeling. What you're doing is you're connecting your heart with her heart, and you're co-creating together. You're sharing information, your 2 beings, your 2 hearts. You're sharing this together. How beautiful. Very good, very nice. Okay, raise your hands who felt like they made a little connection there with Venus. Well done, well done. Do you want to try another one? Yeah? How about our sun? Whoa, whoa. Sun's pretty powerful, right? Yeah? Okay. All right, so picture the sun in your mind's eye. Imagine the sun. But let's remember, we must come back to our heart. So we're visualizing the sun and we are feeling our heart space. And now we're going to invite the sun. Invite the sun forward with its eternal heart space. You feel this connection between your hearts. It's a little exchange, okay? Just a little exchange, and we're going to ask for that to become a little stronger. The sun's amazing. The sun truly provides all the life on this planet. Provides all the energy needed for life to exist on this planet. So the sun truly feeds us. Feeling into the heart, feeling into the heart expression of the sun. And once you feel comfortable with that, let's have some kind of sound or tone or syllable, whatever comes to you. I invite you to express that. Okay, keep going, and I invite you to try maybe 2 syllables or whatever sounds want to come to you. You're free to express them. This beautiful dialogue of expression between the merging of your heart and the merging with the sun. Yanomanesha Hondadea Yishipandagya. Don't be afraid to express yourself. You can be as loud as you want. This is the sun, you guys. This is the sun. Hayo te moshida, te gemere, te gasai. Porque te kita te yashikanta, pashi te kipiti. Sekieda lai, te gada no kashiado. Se kita kiesa motai. Hieshota geda. Panate kia no shia. Tokakate te alate votan. Kia ya 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 ya. Hanai 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 ya 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 ya. Beautiful. Well done. Well done. Let that energy settle. That was powerful, powerful solar energy. Wow. Does anybody have any questions? Yes? The question is it okay to use the hands more than the voice? And the answer is absolutely. So light language, the energies are expressed in many, many ways. And sometimes we're more comfortable or more inclined to go a certain way, and that's just perfect. You know, you don't have to do anything. Light language is, it's just energy, right? It's just energy. It's of the light. It's light energy. And language just means that we're conveying a message. However that message wants to come through is perfect. Yeah, it's perfect. Yes?
You were talking about different dialects,
Yeah.
and is it possible that some people can have some dark language? Because I've experienced some people where it felt like dark spelling, even though it was around it.
Yes, so the question is there such a thing as dark language? And this is a very complicated question. It's complicated for me because of the perspective I'm coming from now. A year ago, I would have said absolutely. And there's loads of evil in the world, and you know, the dark, light and the dark, and it's the oppositional forces, and it's polarity consciousness, and you know, so forth. But in the last 6 months, I've learned a lot. I've been on a very deep journey. Very deep journey. A lot of clearing, a lot of restructuring my reality. And I have come to discover for myself that the light and the dark are one and the same. It's one side of the coin or the other, but it's still the same coin. And we give meaning to all things. So, as an example, there was an energy that came through this summer that was created, I don't know the whole backstory. I felt it was July 31st, 2024, and August 1st. So over those 2 days, there was a big energy that either came into this planet or was created on this planet. And it affected a lot of light workers, and I happened to be one of them. Threw me for a loop for a few months, and if you were following me on social media, you notice I disappeared. And it's because my energy was not stable, and I was not in a place to share anything with anybody, right? Because I'm conscious of what we're doing here. And it took me many months, many months to realize that, okay, yes, there was this energy, and yes, I could get upset about it, which I did. You know, I had my opinions. I was upset that my life was disrupted and I was thrown for a loop and had all this work to do now and so on. But it only hit me because there was something to hit. Didn't hit everybody, right? Didn't hit everybody. But it hit me because I had a little stickiness somewhere that it was able to connect to. So it was actually teaching me something. Everything's a lesson. Everything's a lesson. So we could take it personally and go, that was a dark, messed up energy and like a pox on the person who created that, right? Like we could go there, absolutely, and I kind of did. And then I realized, no. I'm in charge of this. I'm in charge of this. So even if somebody thinks they're creating some kind of disruptive energy, which, people are, right? There are disruptive energies out there. How they interact with you is up to you. And so a truly empowered, sovereign being, which we are capable of being, which we're working towards, that's what we're working towards, a being truly standing in their love could walk through it all. No problem. Nothing to stick to. It's all love. It's all love. Because at the end of the day, even if you have one of those disruptive kind of energies, what's it doing? It's teaching you something. Is consciousness evolving and advancing? We just live in a dualistic reality where there's polarity, there's light and dark, and so we have these expressions, light and dark, yin and yang, it's all the same thing. That's a tough thing for us to wrap our heads around, especially when we're, get knocked around a bit. We don't like that very much. We don't like being knocked around. We don't like being shown, where our weaknesses are. Ego doesn't like that very much. We also don't like to feel as much as we're capable of feeling, especially some of us. Some of us, especially in this room, are very sensitive, so we tend to feel more. So we kind of go, I'd rather not feel that much. Like, can we just tone that down a little bit? I'm one of those people. Can we just soften that? I don't need to get hit over the head over and over. Can we just, be gentle? But as we fill our bodies with more of our energy, with more of our love, as we're connecting to this eternal heart essence, going deep within and expanding from within that implosion, being like, it's like what I was shown with a black hole is the black hole is sucking the energies, the various, whatever, space bits, space energy bits, whatever. It could be stars, it could be galaxies or whatever, right? It's all getting sucked into the black hole. Well, where is it going? Well, I was shown the other side as birthing into a whole new universe. Just birthing. So you could look at the black hole as something totally terrifying. Really, you're being sucked into what? You don't know until you're birthed out into the other side and you realize, oh wow, that was a heck of a ride. Glad I did that. So they're really you are energy, you're neither created nor destroyed. Think about that. Energy is neither created nor destroyed. You are an infinite being. Your energy is infinite. You're neither created nor destroyed, only transformed. It's powerful stuff. When you really sit with this, and then you contemplate in life, what are we afraid of? If we can neither be created nor destroyed, then what the heck are we really afraid of? Probably afraid of pain and suffering, which is again with this world that we're in with the dualistic reality. But what if you were so full of your love that were at peace with everything that you were feeling? Because we give meaning to everything. So what if that sensation when we bash our knee on the coffee table, what if that sensation was like, oh, wow, I can feel that. How cool is that? What if we approach pain differently? I know I'd like to. Truly. It's a conversation here, right? You had a question. Okay, so this lady had a beautiful experience during our light language meditation where she went through all these different layers and levels and connected to different aspects of herself all the way up to source energy. And her question is, with the future self, which aspects or lives or whatever manifestations am I really supposed to be attaching to and connecting with? And my answer is all of it. Because what we're doing is we're embodying the truth of who we are. We're clearing the distortions. We're clearing the limited beliefs, the false beliefs, the traumas, the discordant energies of whatever sorts, the cords and attachments and, whatever all that is that we've accumulated in lifetimes for the purpose of our evolution, for the purpose of our growth and expansion and learning and all of that, because that's what consciousness wants to do. It wants to keep expanding and growing and learning stuff. But we're cutting through all that, and that's what it feels like actually was happening for you, was you were being shown things, but then you were shown source and your source. So we are walking source in our individual expression. So we're not discarding anything but the stuff that doesn't belong to us anymore. The stuff that we had use for at a certain time, and now it's not useful anymore. So we bless it and let it go. Thank you for all that you taught me. Bye-bye. She's so powerful that she keeps all the mental stuff going too. Well, she wants to stop the analyzing. So that is go deeper into the heart. Go deeper into the heart. So we can stop the monkey mind by going into the heart. It's the mind sometimes wants to take over, as you're experiencing. But the heart is the one that we really want to be listening to. So I would recommend whenever any of us have monkey mind, have the overactive analytical mind, that we do that heart-focused breathing. Because that really does help, especially when we practice that, is balancing the nervous system. It balances the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system, so it brings a sense of calm. It also radiates into our field, this coherent energy. So our energy field becomes more stable and smooth. And you actually have an impact on your environment. When you walk through a crowd and you have that beautiful, stable energy, you're doing a lot of good in the world. You're touching so many people with calm, coherence. So their monkey mind will likely get toned down just by you being able to do that for yourself. Yeah, thank you. Any other questions? Yes.
I've always struggled with really wanting to know that I'm loved. You know, I love people that I'm close to. I've been a spiritual leader for years, but only on 2 occasions have I really felt that, wow, I am loved and I'm connected with Source. I'm very hesitant to step out and to accept a reality that is non-dual, because I have a very strong sense of morality, right and wrong. And I'm outspoken about that. And it's so hard to want to give that right and wrong up, to go beyond that, to step into true love and knowing that I am one with the Creator. And that's what holds me back, because I'm like, how can there be such darkness, horrible things in the world? How can that be okay? But where I am now is knowing that that is where I'm going to have to go, and I have to be willing to go there, of stepping beyond my ideas of morality.
Mm-hmm.
How do I do that?
How do you get to the place where we can make peace with the hardships and tragedies and difficulties of this plane?
Yes.
And it's a very, very valid question, of course, because we see it all around us. We experience it. And none of us wants to be in that pain and suffering, right? Personally, I found working my way through A Course in Miracles very, very helpful for that. Course in Miracles is very helpful for that. And actually my first book is very helpful for that. Because what it is it's a reference point. You're coming from a certain perspective, like you're describing, where you see right and wrong, and that's sort of all you see is right and wrong. And of course you want to fight for what you feel is right. And that's valid. Your perspective is valued and should be honored, right? That's your perspective. But it isn't the whole perspective. There's more than just right and wrong. Although that's the trap of this reality, actually. Living in this dualistic reality where you have, the light and the dark, the polarities, that's the trap. So it's a big lesson to learn how to move out of that trap, to witness that polarity, because it's obvious. I mean, the sun rises and the sun sets. I mean, for heaven's sakes. Like, we see it every day, the light and the dark. So it's real. But there's so much more in between. And we can see also that there's a lot of beauty in the dark. When we're in the dark, we get to see the stars. We get to see Venus, right? We get to see, some of us see prana. Now, maybe some of you see prana and don't even know you see prana. When you're in a dark room or you're walking with very little light in the dark outside, and you look up at the sky, and you can see the stars, but you can also see like a static. Maybe some of you see static. That's prana, that's energy. So I just wanted you to know that. So even in the dark, there's light. And without the dark, we can't know light without the dark. That's what we're here to learn about. So when you witness what you perceive to be challenge, upset, traumas, hardships, all of that, yes, it's true that people are struggling, and yes, have compassion and have love for that, but also understand that their soul, for whatever reason, is choosing that for its evolution. There's something to be gained. That's the hardest part, is acknowledging and understanding and knowing deep in your heart that there is something to be gained from this. And we don't have to know what it is. You know, like, there are people, I know there are beings who have been high-level monks in one life and have come back and wanted to live under a bridge and do nothing but live under a bridge because they wanted to experience that. Their soul needed that for some reason. You know, we can still love them and cherish them and know, okay, well, blessings on your journey there. You know, just like we bless the monk, blessings on your journey there. It's an experience. And you're eternal. So even if something's so intense that the being, that spirit of that person's like, I'm checking out, even if it's so intense that they decide they're not going to stay, they get to come back. They get to try again. They get to take another perspective. So I think it's making peace with this truth, that this is the workings of the universe. This is the workings of reality, and the workings of this plane, and making peace with this plane, and then bringing our love forward into this plane, so that, because there's plenty. Listen to me. Listen to this, okay? If we look at the media right now, you know the media's job right now. The media's job right now is to mess you up. That's the media's job right now. It's not giving you accurate information for you to actually move forward in your life and be the love that you are, is it? No. Heck no. So, make peace with the media. Make peace with the media. Make peace with the many, many energies that are coming up right now. So I don't think I really covered, I sped past this at the beginning. Our universe, not our universe, our galaxy, the Milky Way galaxy, the center of the Milky Way galaxy is the great central sun. It emits a photon belt on a plane. The Milky Way galaxy spins, but the plane stays stable. So every, 26 some odd thousand years, we at the end of one of those little arms makes a full revolution around. Every 12,000 something years, we pass through the photon belt that's on this plane. 12,000 years, 12,000 years. So we are in this photon belt right now. This is a literal, physical, documented thing. You can go to NASA's website and they'll find articles on it. They don't call it the photon belt, that's a new age term, but they call it, I don't know, like more excited photons, or I don't know, there's something like that. You'll find something about the photons. But what this means for all of us is we have entered into time and space where there is literal more light activity. This means that, well, it's one reason why so many more people are interested in light language and light codes, because we're literally being bombarded by light. So it's happening. But all the darkness, all the corruption, all the low vibration discordant energies are being brought up to the surface to be revealed and released, because we are destined in this time, while we're in the golden age of the photon belt, we are destined to move into higher levels of consciousness and being, hence the Homo Luminous. So this group is part of laying of the foundation for Homo Luminous to be actualized in reality, and to make peace with with the world in its topsy-turvy way. There's all of its challenges because there's going to be more of it, because this energy, the oppositional force, has to be known. We have to learn about it. We have to acknowledge it. We have to love it and make peace with it, as knowing that it's all part of the same creation. We all created it. We all created it together. I know that's hard to take, but we did. Because we are the universe, we are the multiverse, we are the omniverse, we are the creators of it all. And we're just coming to know more about it. So it's being revealed. We're in a time of revealing. So come back to your heart. The heart's what processes it. Heart-focused breathing is going to help you process it. It's going to help you gain those greater understandings. Help you make peace, help make your field coherent so that you can touch others as you move forward about in your world. And you can share more and more and more of your love. Is there any other questions? Yes.
So I was in a panel, in a dimensional panel yesterday, and just want to say I really loved the message.
Thank you.
And so I am in the process of just diving deeper into my heart's desire and opening up my heart. And I noticed that there are some physical changes, is that my senses are more sensitive. Like my smells are better, tastes are better, and then I am able to take in more information in the environment. So the upside is that my cooking is so much better than before. I don't want to eat out at a restaurant. And then, but the downside is kind of like the experience in the past, like driving on the highway in the most inner lane, it was like, no, like it's not threatening to me. Now it became overwhelming because I'm taking a lot of information. So what's your advice for navigating this heart opening process?
So as we open the heart, we become more sensitive. And in some ways we're able to integrate those sensitivities, and in other ways it's a little bit harder because we're in this continual. So what's happening is as we open our heart, and it's like when you're stretching, like you stretch and you get to a certain threshold and you can't go any further, and you feel all that sensation. And then you come back and you stretch more tomorrow, and maybe you can go a little deeper, but you get stopped again. And then you keep stretching, and eventually, like, oh, look, I can do the splits or whatever, right? But it's a practice rather than just trying to do the splits right now without practicing, and it doesn't go so well. So the heart is kind of the same way, where we stretch, where we're opening the heart, and we meet a certain threshold, and we can navigate that. And then we open it some more and we meet a certain threshold, and then we can navigate that. But if the sensory of our environment is greater than what our heart has reached, has expanded to, then we can feel a little bit overwhelmed. So then we're just being called to open our heart even more and to practice, again, that heart-focused breathing and feeling into the feet where we're anchoring those energies in so that the nervous system gets calm. So the nervous system is telling us how we are navigating the environment. If we're getting overwhelmed, that's the nervous system saying, hey, come back, there's a lot going on. So the heart, again, is going to be the one that processes it. So likely, in the moments where we slip out of our heart is when our nervous system warns us. So yeah, you're going to meet these different thresholds as you expand your heart, but the nervous system also has to keep getting upgraded, but it gets upgraded by being in your heart.
Okay.
It's a loop. Yeah, pleasure. All right, any other questions? No? Okay, so I think we have a couple more minutes, so I would like to just offer you another quick little light language grounding. Grounding all this beautiful information in. Thank you so much for co-creating this space with me. Your energy is beautiful. Nice and calming energy, nice and grounding. Integrating now. Badio sakitakitika patakanato takitia pashita de isakatakapata nukapatanosi. Creating the space for all the beautiful angles of perspective. Pakisikitakаманда pashita takipitanasi. Hitakapatana dietokapatana. Trusting your process with your heart, inviting your heart's wisdom forward, so that your heart can lead the way. Grounded on this earth plane, feeling your feet, feeling your legs, cultivating a beautiful symbiotic relationship with this planet Earth, our nourishing mother, nourished also by the sun, receiving all the beautiful rays, all the beautiful frequencies, all the frequencies that are emitted by the sun. Interact with this physical vessel in complete harmony. It feeds and charges this body, creating a beautiful electromagnetic field that interacts harmoniously with the earth. Nice deep breath. Big exhale. Samachio, Tamanasayachio, 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 Chikanatea, Yatokanea, Pa, Hey, Oh, Haya, So. Jatayasi, Takide, Satokonanaite, Potete, Isokopatana, Hitaki, Sanata, Itokotanandiga, Pateshi, Tatayashi, Tatayashi. May you all find a beautiful eternal heart center deep within your being, as above, so below, a beautiful fractal of limitless expression of all that is, a walking universe unto yourself, a sovereign being of the light, the energy, the consciousness that is neither created nor destroyed. You are all that is and ever will be. This is the truth of your eternal heart. Hara hara hara. Hara 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 sa sa sa. Thank you so much for co-creating this space with me once again. It's been a blessing.